Hey, hi, how the hell are ya? We would like to welcome you back to the Tea Party. If this is your first time, welcome! We invite you to pull up a chair, grab your teacup, pour yourself a beverage, and buckle up, buttercups. We have a lot to talk about today, and really every day.
Every day.
Mm-hmm. All the time.
It's every day.
We really are the funniest people I know, so if you like everything weird, creepy, true crime, or historical, or anything in between, and you like listening to a bunch of girls sit around and talk a little shit along the way, then join us.
Join us.
Come, sit, pull up a chair. Let's go on an adventure together.
Ooh.
So our designated beverage for today is going to be the Michelada. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing that right. So she's got beer, she's got lime juice, Tabasco, Worcestershire sauce, jalapenos, pearl onions, and tahini. So, Kaylee, how the hell is college going?
Well, it's great now because I'm fucking done.
Woo! Fucking party time. So
Yes.
what were you studying?
So I had originally went to college for a psychology degree, realized that was not for me right now. So I went back and I went and got my associates in liberal arts. So just like a generic 2-year degree.
Which is great. Everybody can benefit from that.
Exactly.
And then if you come over something that you are like
Really
hey,
interested
I actually
in.
kind of like this.
Exactly.
You're like halfway there.
And since I am not like completely positive what it is I want to go to school for, now I have my core classes out of the way, so then I can go back if I figure that out and go just for.
And it kind of gives you a leg up in the career path.
Yes.
Because if there's a job that you're applying for that you're not necessarily qualified for, but neither is the person
without a
that
college
is-
degree.
Yeah, and you have the college degree,
Yeah.
you're going to get it
Exactly.
above them.
Yeah.
So that's always good. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
This question has been haunting me my whole life.
Girl, it's been haunting me my whole life. I'm fucking 40.
I'm talking like your dream. So
Okay.
obviously we're looking for the best paying job. But if you could get paid wonderfully to do whatever it was in this world that you wanted to do, what would that look like?
My dream job would be an author. That's
That would be a
my
great job.
dream
Fuck
job.
yeah. So what
Be
have
able
you
to
written?
creative write. Well,
She wrote the Hello Kitty stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I
That's
did,
true.
duh.
Yeah, she did. And we were all
And
having nightmares. I still have nightmares.
I came through with that shit.
Man.
I've started a lot of books throughout the years, but just being in school and then in college, like the last thing I want to fucking do is write more papers when I'm writing papers constantly.
Life gets
Yeah.
a hold of you, and yeah.
But now that I'm out of school, I'm hoping that maybe I can focus in and like enjoy it, because that's the issue with
It's
trying
always the
to
issue.
creative write.
You're going to
while-
be chasing that forever.
Exactly.
For
You don't
real.
have I just don't have like the ambition and motivation right now. But
That's fair. I mean, you've worked really hard to get where you're at, and it's time for you to be able to just relax for a minute.
take a second.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
agree.
Yeah, but don't chill out too long, because then you'll blink and you'll be 40.
That's true too.
That's
but
also
that's also
Just
your
saying.
mom. That's your mom talking. I'm the
Yeah.
cool aunt. So
exactly.
I'm telling
It's a little
you.
different.
And
Bro.
none of you could see that out there in podcast land, but her mom just gave her a major side eye.
She did. She always fucking does. Love you.
It was fine though
Because
It's her
Aunt
mom.
Tracy was here to
I was
keep
here to
it-
regulate it.
Yes,
Listen, I'm a
exactly.
pusher.
Yeah, you
Okay,
are.
everyone knows I'm a pusher.
I'm a pusher.
I'm a pusher.
Oh, shit. So if you could give anybody that's thinking about going to college or already in college any advice, what would that be?
Ooh, y'all ain't ready for this.
Oh, God.
Ask fucking questions. Reach out to people. Don't be looking at me like that, Mom.
This is so fucking hilarious to me, because these are the two fucking things.
Yes, but okay.
It's easier to give advice
Yeah.
than it is to take
And
advice.
I'm done with college now, so I can give these bitches advice now.
And she's fresh.
Listen, everyone out there, those are the two things I told my daughter repeatedly. And those are
Okay.
the two things she was like, no, I'm good, I got it.
So first of all,
I'm like, oh.
I went to college strictly online, and nobody in my family has ever gone to college just strictly online.
It
So-
wasn't a thing when...
No,
No.
it wasn't.
I've
a
never
thing.
been to college, period. So
And so really nobody in the family knew how to help me with it. So I was trying to figure it out by myself, and it was extremely stressful.
You did so good, honey.
And-
I'm so proud of you.
So, but I have social anxiety, obviously, and
wouldn't
being
say
able
obviously.
to. I know people say, "Oh, you seem really social." I'm not. I literally have so much anxiety.
that's
but
because we're just really good at hiding shit.
exactly, exactly.
We
So-
fake it till we make it.
That's
right.
right.
That's how you have to do
Is
it.
there any other way?
No.
So towards the end of college, this past semester in particular, I really went out of my way to set up meetings with people, to go talk to career counselors, email people, that, you know, they tell me that they weren't the right people to email, but they'd give me information on who to contact.
Yep.
So definitely asking questions, because then you'll be like not being able to register for classes and you'll be like, what the fuck is going on? But you should have asked questions.
And then you'll just say fuck it and then not do it.
Yeah. The other thing is like taking time to just do some self-care and to like chill out a little bit.
And that's a big one, especially for college students.
So definitely self-care, take some time to have fun. Once I turned 21, it was a lot easier for me.
Were off after
yes. I was like, fuck you guys, it's my turn. And I've been like that.
One of us.
One of us.
Why do we do that in every fucking episode?
For real?
It's feeling a little culty over
It is a
here.
little
I don't
culty.
know.
It's all right.
I wasn't going to say anything, but...
Okay. Well, so we're here to talk about some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So national parks.
Oh.
So a national park is a scenic or historically important area of countryside protected by the federal government for the enjoyment of the general public or the preservation of wildlife.
That sounded like that was the Webster Dictionary.
Yeah, for real.
It was
definition of national park.
It was from somewhere.
That was
I have to give you all the facts here, okay?
Oh, man.
So the national park system encompasses 429 national park sites in the United States. So they span across more than 84 million acres, with parks in each state and extending into the territories, including parks in Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, American Samoa, and Guam. Within the national park system, only 63 are what we would consider like quote unquote a national park, like what you or I would think of when we think national park. The rest are broken down into other categories, which are like national battlefields, national battlefield parks and sites, national historical sites, national monuments, so on and so forth. So we're going to talk about a few fun facts before we get into the nitty-gritty of why we're actually here.
Before we get into the murder. The disappearances.
Stuff and things. So a few fun facts about national parks are, so the Great Smoky Mountains National Park is the most visited national park in the United States. So it attracts more than 11. Yeah.
That's surprising.
Smoky Mountains?
Yep, the Great Smoky Mountains.
Okay.
So attracting more than 11 million visitors in 2018. That's more than twice the number of visitors as the second most popular national park, and that would be the Grand Canyon with only 5.9 million visitors.
Wow.
So it's a huge...
So don't go there.
Don't go there.
Because
Don't
it's like
go
a
there.
fucking
Don't go down
Taylor
that road.
Swift concert every time you walk into that bitch.
So the Great Smoky Mountains are located in Tennessee and North Carolina. The Smokies are known for their great biodiversity and spectacular firefly displays in the late spring.
I bet you that's awesome.
There's like pictures, but pictures don't do it justice, you know?
Yeah.
So I would really like to go there someday. And there is like an off season, so that's when I would want to go.
Yes.
The winter?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I fucking love winter in the mountains.
Mhm.
There's
Beautiful.
nothing like it. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
So Yellowstone National Park is home to more than 500 active geysers, and that is more than half of the world's geysers. Did you know this? Did you hear about this?
So we're going to die?
Well, here we go. So the Yellowstone caldera in Yellowstone National Park is a supervolcano that is responsible for 3 of the world's 6 biggest volcano eruptions. That's on pace to blow in about 100,000 years from now.
But something erupted the other day. Did you see that?
I did hear about it. I didn't look into it, though.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but the video was disturbing, and some man was walking up to it with his child when it happened.
Of
and
course,
he
men are fucking stupid.
They didn't know it was going to erupt.
Oh, well, still.
But then it erupted, and he fucking ran away from his child, left the child. It's all in that video that I watched. But anyway, I'm sure all of you guys fucking saw it too. I was like, your baby.
Right. I'm going to have to look that up after we're done here. At 13.2 million acres. Let that sink in for a second. 13.2 million acres. Alaska's Wrangell St. Elias National Park and Preserve is the largest national park in the United States, and it's larger than Yellowstone, Yosemite, Grand Canyon, and Death Valley combined.
I cannot wait to go there. I am going there someday.
I would love
hopefully
to
soon.
go there.
Maybe for my
It would be so tits.
Maybe for my it would be tits.
So tits. So fucking tits.
Maybe for my 15-year anniversary.
Oh, cute. Yeah.
Oh, that's adorable. Don't forget to pack me.
Yeah. Right?
I'm coming.
Come on, everyone.
Let's go.
Oh, shit. Okay, so Sequoia National Park in California. We know what that is with the big-ass trees, right? The sequoia trees.
I want to go so bad. That's probably my number one spot I want to go to.
I want to just be little and just...
Yeah, and just look at it.
Drive my car through a tree.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I want to do it. I mean, I'm not driving, but I want somebody to drive
I'm driving.
I want to drive.
Sequoia National Park in California is home to General Sherman, and General Sherman is the largest tree known in the world.
Amazing.
With a name like that.
For real.
You better fucking deliver.
That's right.
Deliver it.
P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Sorry, I had to. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Nothing. Nothing is wrong.
Why am I like this?
You're perfect.
So we aren't just here for me to spit facts about national parks that you guys know.
No.
I wanted to talk about some pretty messed up and very common occurrences that happen within these beautiful parks.
It's
hell no. It's about to be on.
For real. Hey, Mom, you want to hook me up with Worcestershire, the Old Bay, and a lime?
And a lime wedge. And I can't make love to you until I have a king-size bed.
Sorry. I don't know why that popped into my brain, but it did. I went there.
That's perfect.
It did.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Hang
Ayo.
on, Sloopy. Sloopy, hang on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Give it to me.
Okay, continue.
Well, I got a little rim job.
Oh, Lord have mercy. She got a little rim job. That's cute. That's adorable. What's that mean, Katie?
Leave it in.
On my fucking cup, you bitches.
I mean, if that's what we're calling... I don't know what the kids are calling shit these
I
days.
don't
For
either.
real.
I really fucking don't. I really fucking don't.
And I don't want
I just like to come in with
because
the
I'm way
most
cooler.
psycho
Yeah,
things.
eat that fucking pearl onion. Tell me what it tastes... Oh.
Fuck, hold on, let me get it.
You gotta stab that bitch.
Oh,
Are they good?
yeah, it's good.
Whew, I wasn't expecting that.
It's so good. Probably why I have an ulcer.
Wow. That was dark.
Ciao.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Oh, I gotta chew this up.
Let's do it. Hold on.
Hold on.
I thought I was done chewing, but I wasn't. Okay.
That's good.
So it's unclear exactly how many people go missing in national parks every year. In fact, many believe the number is underreported, though the reasons for that are unknown.
Who the fuck knows?
Mm-hmm.
Between 1958 and 2021, there were only 29 open cold cases for missing individuals at national parks. And that was according to Trail and Summit.
Bullshit.
Well,
That's not right.
No, it's
No.
not. No, it's not at all. The Grand Canyon and Yosemite make up for over half of those missing cases, with most of them having vanished from Yosemite. But many think those numbers are much higher. Some think that more than 1,000 people on average go missing from national parks and public lands every year.
I believe it.
So here's the real tea on it. The reason why the number isn't exact per Strange Outdoors is because the NPS doesn't track disappearances on their land. So the NPS is the National Park Service. And why would they not fucking track disappearances on their own fucking land?
They don't want to deal with it.
Well, that too.
Because they want to be like, this is a beautiful place. Nothing
Right.
bad
Nothing bad
happens
ever
here.
happens here.
Join us.
One of us.
So neither does the Department of Interior nor the Department of Agriculture's U.S. Forest Service. So none of these people are keeping track of the disappearances or the numbers.
So
Probably for a reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Disturbing.
So the NPS Search and Rescue dashboard. So the National Park Service's search and rescue team, basically. So their dashboard shows that as many people as 3,453 people were reported missing in 2017. And
Wow.
of those 3,000, and that was just for 1 year, obviously. So
Yeah.
of those 3,453 reported missing missions, there were 182 deaths that year alone.
So can I tell my little short thing about when we went to Colorado now?
Yep.
So we went to Colorado. This has been 3 years ago now. I had my two youngest and my husband and me. So there was 4 of us on this trip. We just really went out there and then kind of just started looking up things to do when we were there. We didn't have a plan at all, which was
No, I mean, you don't really
amazing.
need a plan when you go out there.
No, there's so much to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember it from when we were kids. We used to live there. So we are looking up stuff and we find this thing called Bear Lake. And I'm like looking at the pictures of it. It's got a Facebook page or something. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. And it's perfect. It's just a little tiny lake that you just walk around. Beautiful. Perfect. We go out. And if anybody knows what kind of mom I am, I'm a don't run off too far ahead of me. If I can't see you, we're going to have a problem.
Then you're in danger.
Yes. Then I'm
the
going to
same
be
way.
screaming. We find the place, we get there. It just has a really great,
Like
I don't know,
vibe,
aura.
atmosphere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like, it's
Peaceful.
beautiful, obviously.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. Enjoy yourself.
We're on vacation.
Run way the fuck over there where I can't see you. Yeah, go away the fuck over there, out on that rock over the lake. It's really fun and it's fine. Whatever. I'm never like that. I was totally just relaxed, 100%. We go all the way around the lake. It was pretty busy. There was a lot of people there, a lot of families, whatever. A lot of people. Everyone seemed really friendly and in a great mood. We're all on vacation, whatever. So after we explore Bear Lake, it's beautiful. We get in our car. And I'm like, I'm going to look it up on my phone and see if I can like it on Facebook or whatever the fuck. Yeah. I don't know what I was doing, but I looked it up. First thing that pops up is Bear Lake, the fucking #1 place in Colorado for disappearances in a national park. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I told my husband, and I show him the phone, but I don't want to tell the kids that.
Well, right.
And I start shaking. I'm like freaking out.
Because you didn't even know what kind of danger they were in.
Because that's the kind of, I'm like usually a psycho about somebody's going to take my kid. Somebody's going to take my kid. And then the one time that I'm like, no, it's fine. Run ahead.
Be wild and free.
We're in the fucking, the #1 place where that, if that was going to happen, it would have happened. Oh my God. I was terrified.
Crazy.
I mean, as a mom, I can completely, Yeah,
I couldn't believe it. But
I would have but me being me, I would have just like turned my phone off and be like, that's not a thing.
I just looked at my husband. I was like, do you see this could have happened? And he's like, but it didn't.
He's so chill about it.
I'm like, oh my God.
He was like, shut the fuck up. Everybody's fine.
We're all in this car.
He totally was, which I need that in my life. Thank God. Thank you for him.
We love him.
Yes.
Love you, Dad.
Oh, man. So what's going on out there? Well, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So missing people, they may have been eaten.
Okay.
All right. You hear about this?
No.
You heard about this?
I don't know how I feel inside.
So oh, God. So the national parks of the United States were established partly to preserve the plants, animals, and ecology of certain regions. So it certainly makes sense that humans stepping into these untamed areas should be careful. Bears, mountain lions, buffalo, and other dangerous animals call the national parks home, and they've been known to attack people.
You know what I thought?
What?
Yeah,
what
same.
Did you say?
I thought that too.
What?
I thought motherfuckers were out here eating people in the national
We're
park.
gonna say people. We're eating people.
I mean, we'll get into it.
Oh my God.
God, I never thought of a bear or a fucking mountain lion.
Me either.
My sister's face is as red as my Solo cup right now. She's dying.
Oh my God, why am
She
I
was like, oh my
this?
God, cannibals.
My brain.
We're talking national parks. Most people would think like mountain lions, right? No, not my sister.
I went
She
right to people are eating people.
I thought that too. The way you wrote that shit. Missing people might have been eaten. Like,
probably by their neighbor.
I'm all about the
I'm
suspense.
Sure.
I'm all about the suspense.
That's funny. Okay, sorry. I need to really chill out
No,
on
you
the
don't.
murder docs.
No, you don't. You good.
Oh, God.
So if it wasn't bears or mountain lions, some people speculate paranormal cryptid creatures such as Bigfoot could have been involved. Believers often claim the missing people could have been used for like a food source for these creatures, and that's why so few are ever found once they go missing.
It's true.
Some blame an evil spirit called a Wendigo.
Not this fucking Wendigo shit.
Now, I am very versed in Wendigo.
Yes, she is.
And we reference them several times. So the mysterious nature of the disappearances have led to paranormal theories, blaming everything from cryptozoological creatures to like aliens. One of the less common theories is that the missing people were taken by an evil spirit called a Wendigo. If you didn't know, the Wendigo comes from Algonquin folklore, and it's an evil spirit who terrorizes the woods and forests. The U.S. National Park land was taken from the same Algonquin tribes who believed in the Wendigo in some areas. Not all, but in some areas. So people are sometimes found super far away from where they disappeared. If a missing person does turn up deceased, the strange circumstances they're found in generate more questions than answers. Occasionally, people have been found unbelievable distances from where they went missing. Though it's possible a person could wander a great distance after becoming lost, there's still some circumstances that are more complicated. A toddler once went missing and turned up 12 miles from where he vanished. So between those 12 miles were 2 mountain ranges and several creeks, and that's much too far and much too, crazy for a toddler to venture. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of cases.
Yeah.
So autopsies rarely determine the cause of death, which I found interesting.
Right.
In the rare event that a missing person is found deceased, the autopsy does not often communicate very conclusive information. In fact, most of the reported autopsies come back inconclusive, and pathologists aren't able to determine the cause of death. Some people use this as evidence for paranormal activity, but no one truly knows what happened, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking aliens.
It could be.
It could be.
So there's a connection between missing persons and berries. Did you know this?
What?
Did you hear about this?
What?
So in a lot of these
schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Yeah, and we have one a little later where you'll hear that pop up.
The berry thing? I've never heard that ever.
But
Tell me about
this.
this.
It's a very common thing. So there are several clusters, quote unquote, Paulides has found in common with the disappearances. Now, if you don't know who Paulides is, it's David Paulides. He is the author of the Missing 411 books. And there's also documentaries. It's all about disappearances in national parks. And he really goes in deep
Just
with
anything that's a little weird. He's like, we got to cover that.
And within national parks. And we talk about him more here in a little while.
Okay.
Some, like people disappearing around bodies of water, are easily explained as the number one cause of death in national parks over the past decade has been drowning, but others make less sense. One such cluster appears when looking at the amount of people who have gone missing near berry bushes. So people disappear and then they are found in the middle of berry bushes, Paulides claims. They go missing while picking berries and some are found while eating berries. The connection between some disappearances and berries cannot be denied.
Oh my God, I know what it is. Fairies.
Could be.
Yeah.
The
That's
Fae.
not
Motherfuckers.
Wasn't even on my list.
They're a little naughty. That's so good.
So one
Tea
man-
break.
Oh yeah, we need a tea break. Hold on.
Sorry.
Cheers. Not really cheers because there's equipment everywhere and we don't
Yep.
want to spill.
Delish.
It tastes so good when it hits my lips.
It burns so good.
So one man returned after missing for 15 months.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Okay. This motherfucker was like
Well,
tripping balls.
probably
Yep.
because he was a student.
Oh,
So-
okay. See, Kaylee, you didn't do college right.
And it
Apparently.
was the 70s.
Just
late
kidding. You did it right.
70s,
You did
but-
it right.
So in 1979, a student by the name of Stephen Kubaki, I don't know if that's how
Yep,
you say
that's
it,
good.
went missing for 15 months after going skiing in a national park. At the scene of the disappearance, investigators followed his footprints until they mysteriously stopped. 15 months later, he woke up in a field 700 miles away from where he went missing and only 40 miles away from his father's house. Was it drugs?
Wow.
I think it might be drugs.
What the
No
fuck?
shit.
He doesn't remember anything or what?
No. He found his father's house and knocked on his door. Kubaki was wearing clothes that weren't his and had a satchel that didn't belong to him. He claimed to remember nothing that happened, but he said that he didn't suffer from psychological problems and he never ended up seeking help for that. And he eventually did get a PhD in clinical psychology.
What?
Wow.
I'm telling you, it was 1979. He probably had like a really crazy acid trip and like
Dude, 15 month
15
acid trip?
he probably was maybe he was a roadie. Maybe he was fucking, you know.
He had to have a stockpile of vials. That's all I
for
know.
real.
I mean, hey. No.
For real. When in Rome.
Yeah, that's right. Do
Anyway.
as the Romans do.
When in a field by a berry bush.
Eat that shit.
Yeah.
Or don't run away. I mean,
For 15 months. Everyone knows.
15 months.
Everybody's doing it. It's fucking fine.
This is fine.
okay, so this one's pretty creepy. A 3-year-old's report of when he went missing.
Oh no. Is this going to be okay?
No, he's fine.
Oh, he's okay.
Yep. So David Paulides is a former police detective and author who explores disappearances with strange circumstances attached to them. So in one case, he writes about an anonymous 3-year-old boy who went missing in a national park near Mount Shasta in California and was found 5 hours later in a thicket of trees. He described being taken into a cave by a woman he thought was his grandmother. And the boy said he eventually figured out that it wasn't his grandmother, even though she was polite to him, and concluded that she was quote-unquote a robot because there was some unusual light coming from her head. He was 3.
Oh.
But when he later recounted the story for his grandmother, she said that she would have brushed it off if it weren't for an experience she had camping a year prior. So she claims to have woken up outside of her tent with a strange puncture wound. So, like, maybe it took her form. Like, it had her dunna.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And, I mean, he was 3, but he was old enough to, like, recognize his own grandmother.
How terrified would you be if your 3-year-old told you that story?
I mean, I would be freaked the fuck out, but that's me.
I'd be like, okay, honey, we're going to put locks on all the windows.
We're gonna sage everything.
We're saging everything very heavily.
Here's a crystal.
All right, the next one is a man reported being followed by a woman with no distinguishable features. One man came across a trail area that had strange broken branches 8 feet or higher off the ground. He decided to hike it, looking for signs of Sasquatch.
Well, that seems like a good way to go with all the tree branches taller than me.
I like them.
Right.
I'll probably go that way.
I mean, he's looking for fucking Sasquatch. What do you want from him?
Oh my god, the ticks.
For real.
God, they're
Could you
fucking
just
terrible.
fucking imagine?
No,
Anyway,
thank you.
what an idiot.
What a dumbass.
Already an idiot.
Faux show. So as he hiked the trail, he was unable to shake the feeling that someone was watching him. When he turned around, the man saw...
Ticks. A lot of fucking ticks.
A lot of ticks.
They definitely were.
Sorry.
When he turned around, the man saw a woman walking towards him, but he noticed that she was somehow moving quicker than what her stride should have been taking her. So she was like, like glitching in and out. You know what I'm saying?
Ew, no.
She was gliding.
Mm-hmm. So they stared at each other, and he noticed that she had no distinguishable features or clothing. And then he turned around and kept walking, and then when he turned back around, she was gone.
He just started walking.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sure he probably ran, but the story said that he started walking away, and I was like, no, the fuck he didn't.
No,
he ran.
fuck he didn't.
He just was like, I'm a big man, and I don't
Oh my
run.
god! All I can see is like the Grudge lady walking toward
That's
you.
how I fucking.
right?
That's exactly what went through my
You
mind.
think I'm walking the fuck
Right.
anywhere?
No, bitch.
My ass is fucking gone.
Although I might turn around and be like, what?
No, Kayla's gonna turn around and spray perfume on it.
Yeah, I will.
Febreze in the
Damn
eyes,
straight.
bitch.
I'll be like, who the fuck are you?
She'd be like,
Spray. I'll go right up to it and spray it with perfume. I don't give a hell.
Right in your fucking eyeballs.
How
does that
you
feel?
fucker? This is what she does
Fun
when she's
fact.
afraid of things.
No, when I was a kid, I used to put perfume under my bed, and one time I heard creaking in the
It's true.
house. I walked around the house, and I had a bottle of perfume, and I was like this, just walking around.
I know goddamn
Come at
well
me,
I've
bro.
done that too, so I can't even be.
Your mom's more partial to knives.
Yes.
Don't sneak up on your mom while she's in
I don't know. I just was
Allegedly.
like, fuck you.
This is all alleged.
Allegedly.
This is perfume.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
So what are we thinking so far? Why do you think that so many people are disappearing, and what's with all the crazy shit?
I don't know. There's a lot of sex trafficking
Right.
Yes.
in this country, and I mean, that would be an easy place to snatch someone. You're off in the wilderness.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Right. And there's just tourists galore,
There's a
especially during
million
the
people-
busy seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be an easy place to steal someone.
Right.
It's probably a mix of a lot of different things. Like, sex trafficking definitely popped in my head as number one.
For disappearance wise, when you
Yes.
never see him again.
And again, exactly.
Yeah. But this shit,
Like
with
the berry bushes and the people showing up with different clothes that they were in and that stuff.
15
like,
months that dude
Yeah.
was gone. 15
And
months.
that's
And
not-
he's like, I don't remember anything.
No, and that's also not the only story I've heard about people going
Boy.
missing in national parks and then
You was
showing
in Mexico that whole damn time.
Working for the man.
up working for the man. But I've heard multiple stories of people showing up in different clothes than what they disappeared in.
Right.
Super strange. And then other things like Bigfoot and whatever
Right.
the hell else. Aliens, hello.
Which,
like,
if y'all think we know everything about everything,
You're fucking stupid.
you're stupid.
mhm.
You're dumb.
Exactly.
And we don't want to be your friend.
I don't
wanna
want to be your friend.
Because we don't know everything there is to know about
No.
I about
everything.
just fell out of my chair.
I know.
What
I
would
was
you
like
have
this.
done? What would you have
I
done?
sat here
Well,
and I
don't
go,
hit your head. But if you didn't hit
I was
your
like-
head, then I'm going to...
I was sitting here side-eyeing her like,
That is some good Michelada.
for real.
It
For
do
real.
be. It do be hitting.
It do be
It
hitting
do
the
be
spot.
hitting.
Oh man. So is a paranormal, murder, people simply just getting lost? It truly is the wild, wild west in these national parks, you guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some are so large that it would be so easy to just purely get lost.
lost.
I mean, 13.2 million acres. Come
Yeah.
on. But they're also large enough that something could be lurking within.
Definitely.
Bigfoot,
For real.
perhaps?
Yep.
Maybe.
A Wendigo, perhaps?
Okay, so next we're going to talk about a severed hand. Yes, that's right, a severed hand with no body
Yes!
to claim it. Oh, I love
Good
me.
one.
Yosemite National Park. Steep granite, tall waterfalls, traffic jams in the valley, and a severed hand found in a scenic meadow. In 1983, a family was exploring Summit Meadow off Glacier Road when one of the children discovered a severed hand and forearm.
Oh my. The children discovered
The children discovered
Poor
it.
fucking kid.
So, in spite of consistent searches from investigators, no other body parts were found, and authorities were unable to identify the victim or make progress on the case. So, that was 1983.
Yep.
And in 1988, a skull was found across the street from the site, but the Park Service still could not attach a name to a victim. This was 1988. We didn't really have,
DNA.
the resources. It wasn't until 2022 that the Park Service, using a DNA profile from the remains, named the victim Patricia Hicks, a woman linked to a local cult leader.
Huh.
Of course. What would you think about that, huh?
So this
Imagine
cult leader allegedly used LSD to weaken and disorient sexual victims. The man had been convicted of assaulting women in the 1980s, but disappeared before he was ever incarcerated.
Of course.
Fancy. But according to a 2022 report by the San Francisco Gate and a 2022 episode of the ABC News show Wild Crime,
Ooh.
investigators think that the cult connection was incidental and that Hicks was actually killed by the notorious serial murderer Henry Lee Lucas.
Okay. You know how many people he fucking killed?
No. How many?
Well, maybe
you heard
we
about
shouldn't.
this?
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't talk about him because
Maybe she'll be talking about him later.
Fuck that guy.
that's a good one to cover. Thanks for the idea.
Hey, I'm here to, I aim to please.
She's here for it. Oh, Jesus Christ!
This is me stirring it.
Oh my
You
God.
spilled a bunch. It was like...
I didn't spill it.
Oh my God.
I
Do you need a
didn't
paper
spill it.
towel?
I just,
Oh.
No,
No, you good. Yeah, you good. Yeah.
I
Oh,
really
okay.
don't give a fuck.
Perfect.
No.
So Henry Lee is... They thought that Patricia was killed by the notorious serial killer Henry Lee Lucas, who confessed to hundreds of slayings across the nation. Lucas, at the time of his arrest, revealed details about the Summit Meadow crime scene that had not been released to the media. Still, the details that Lucas gave regarding the incident and the victim were deemed circumstantial, so the murder still remains unsolved. And Lucas died in prison in 2001. Fucking
course.
loser.
What an asshole.
And the question of who was behind the murder of Patricia Hicks may never be solved. It probably won't be. So sometimes people disappear, but are all of these disappearances accidental or are some on purpose?
Absolutely, some are on purpose.
Definitely.
So we're going to take it back, okay?
Okay.
Oh, we're going way back.
way back, girls.
Going
and
way
boys.
back.
So in 1928, the newlyweds Glenn and Bessie Hyde attempted to paddle the Grand Canyon on their honeymoon. They were in a boat that Glenn had built himself, attempting a speed record paddle through the canyon that would have made Bessie the first woman to ever run it. And rubber rafts, just for little funsies, weren't invented or wouldn't become common until after World War II. Because remember, we're in 1928 right now.
Yeah, we're way back.
Way back.
Yeah. So the
We're
Hydes...
flappers.
Definitely.
Like, really.
For sure. And, there is a picture on the
Silent
next
films
page.
and shit. Oh.
So the Hydes were...
Sorry.
I'm just trying to do my job here.
Wait,
Shut the
what's
fuck
that
up.
song? The song's like, this Hennessy's getting to me, man.
Oh, God. The Hydes were last seen on November 18th, and their boat was found intact with all of their supplies a month later on December 19th. The boat was in perfect condition with all the contents, including Bessie's diary, intact. Search parties scoured the canyon, but their bodies were never found. And it is possible and probable that the couple was washed out of the boat during one of the rapids, and the vessel continued downstream without them. But Glenn and Bessie were both experienced rafters. Like, they did
So
this shit.
probably that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
A popular theory has emerged over the years that Bessie murdered her new husband somewhere deep in the canyon. Another river runner, Emery Kolb, encountered the couple deep in the canyon and noted that Bessie's hesitance to continue the journey, and they didn't have any life jackets or anything on board, which wouldn't make sense to me. If they're experienced rafters, they would know to
Pack some shit.
have
Yeah,
some...
to have all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in 1971, a woman named Elizabeth Cutler claimed to be Bessie Hyde, alleging that she stabbed her husband during a fight and had been living a different life ever since. Cutler eventually denied the claim, and it was later rumored that the pioneering river runner Georgie Clark, and she was the first woman to ever own a commercial rafting business in the Grand Canyon, and that she was actually Bessie Hyde. So after Georgie Clark died, in 1992, the Hyde's marriage license was found in her home, as well as the birth certificate identifying Clark as Bessie DeRoss. So DeRoss was her birth name. Why she changed her first name to Georgie is unknown. Georgie Clark was married twice and had a daughter who died in a bicycle accident. And we don't have enough information to say that Clark was Bessie, but we're pretty sure if we found all that shit in her home that was probably
Was it
her.
like, we don't know if it was like the original marriage license.
No, we're not sure.
Or if it was
It could have been like just a whatever, like
or
she came across the boat.
Anyone can get a marriage license.
Right.
Like, or,
Yeah.
you know,
or she,
like,
maybe
or a
she
birth
happened
certificate
across
or-
the boat when
Right.
because it said all of their stuff was intact, so maybe who knows, but whatever. And this is her.
But that is interesting.
This is
We have
Glenn
a picture of
and Bessie.
Glenn and Bessie, and we'll put that up on the Insta. But yeah, I'll to see probably on
They
the
were
Facebook
like
too.
really modern looking for 19.
Yeah, I wouldn't guess they were.
They were
from-
very outdoorsy. I mean, they were experienced rafters, so
Yeah.
you know they like to be comfortable. I assume.
Yeah,
Tea break.
they're styling. Tea break. As if we
They
haven't
were-
had enough of those today.
Time travelers.
Don't tell me what to do with my life.
Jesus.
This is fine.
This is fine.
If y'all haven't tried a Michelada, let me turn you on to something real fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
real
got
good.
limes and jalapenos and onion pearls and beer
And
and
Worcestershire.
tahine and Worcestershire
My sister's all about the Old Bay, though.
and Old Bay. I
Yes.
was saving the best for last.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tomato.
And the Old Bay. They put tomato juice in there or in theirs. I did put it in mine for a second, but it's better without it, I think.
I just
I
put like
just
a
wanted
splash.
a little bit of variety, so I just
Yeah.
put a splash in mine. Some recipes call for it, some don't.
Oh, Tabasco too, but get the
Oh, yeah.
green Tabasco if you
That's
haven't
really
had that,
good.
because I'm gonna be getting some of that.
That's my favorite.
That's
Yeah.
real good.
Fucking right. Here we go. We're going to talk about Alfred Baleharts. This is also
I don't know
kind
that
of a
one.
while ago. Yeah, absolutely almost 100 years ago.
Holy fucking
So,
shit!
in 1938, I mean almost 100 years ago, give or take. a
Isn't
few.
it so weird
It's
to think
strange.
about time like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Because it feels like 1938. Like, I mean, I wasn't alive, but like
It doesn't feel
my,
like
I wasn't
that
even
long
close to
ago.
being alive, but we have grandparents
right,
that
my
were
grandparents were
shortly alive
right
or alive.
at that time. So it's not so weird. I mean, to me, but then sitting here being like, that was almost 100 fucking years ago.
It's
Like,
crazy.
Yeah. So, in 1938, 4-year-old Alfred Baleharts was vacationing with his family in Colorado's Rocky Mountain National Park.
Beautiful.
This part kind of makes me laugh, kind of not. I mean,
Oh, okay.
it's not funny, but his parents were watching him carefully as they went for a quick hike near a river. He was
Okay.
4. So I don't know how
What?
you watch him carefully.
Parents, I cannot. The fuck?
When you
Get
go
your
for a
fucking
hike.
kids.
Get your fucking
It drives
Uh,
me crazy.
Then without warning or a trace, he vanished.
What? If they were watching him carefully, then he did. Then
No. But they went for a hike. So, what?
he doesn't vanish if you're watching him
No.
carefully,
Precisely.
That's kind of weird.
unless it's in thin air.
Precisely.
The parents, they did it.
But
They
this
did
is,
whatever.
This is the story, so we're
All
going
right,
to read it.
We're gonna read it.
He was only feet away from his family, and then he was gone. A 6-mile search of the area that he disappeared from showed nothing. However, dogs were able to trace his scent 500 feet uphill from where he vanished. The only problem was that there were no footprints and no Alfred to be seen.
I don't know, but dogs fucking know, so he
Yeah.
went that way.
He did.
That's what I think.
These dogs definitely were onto something. So what's even stranger is that the dogs that traced the scent seemed to be confused by what they were smelling, and they quickly lost the scent because of it. And once dogs traced the scent uphill, the 2 pups began to cock their heads sideways and look like nervous, and eventually both bloodhounds, and these were legit bloodhounds, ended up lying down on the ground, unable to go any further up the trail because they just
Aw,
didn't understand what was happening.
poor babies.
Alarmingly, some hikers who
Yes, poor babies.
were, or how about the
Do your
4-year-old?
fucking job.
I would. Poor dogs. They're probably stressed as fuck.
I mean, they probably were, but we're talking about a 4-year-old,
I
bro.
know, true.
Find the boy.
Right. Alarmingly, some hikers who were walking 6 miles away from where Alfred disappeared claimed that they saw a young boy in a particularly dangerous spot, and it was a rock called the Devil's Nest. The 2 hikers, right.
That sounds fun.
The 2 hikers said that they only saw the boy minutes after he allegedly disappeared, and stranger, they claimed that the boy seemed dazed and upset and then appeared to be jerked back by an unknown force.
So what? They just stared there and watched?
They were on the opposite. I didn't add everything, but they were on the opposite side. It was like a bluff almost.
Oh, okay.
So they were on the other side. He was all of a sudden
So they
out on
couldn't
this
have done
point.
anything.
No, they couldn't have done anything. But they were like, what the fuck is that? And then he's there, and then all of a sudden he's not there.
Okay.
A 4-year-old boy would not reasonably or logically be able to travel 6 miles and uphill over 3,000 feet on his own. Even the survival specialists who were searching for him needed specialized equipment to get up there. So who grabbed little Alfred?
His parents.
Yeah. What happened to him?
Exactly.
They didn't watch him carefully.
Yeah. And
Or they were not wanting to be parents anymore.
So we may never know. Poor little Alfred was never found. And to this day, his case is one of the most unexplained and disturbingly strange disappearances in the National Parks record. There's a little more information, but for time's sake, I kind of just cut it down. So sometimes there is a happy ending to these disappearances.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Sometimes. Just only sometimes.
Just sometimes.
Not the stories I watch.
Right?
No.
Hey. So many of the biggest national park disappearances start the same way. A family or group visits a national park and one member wanders and then no trace of them is ever found. It's an unsettling pattern that has led to many of the monster stories that surround the national parks. It's also exactly what the poor Van Alst family experienced on a summer day in Ozark St. Francis National Forest in 1946. A lot of these are older. Like I said,
I like the old stories.
I like the older ones
We don't
too.
hear about them anymore.
Right.
No.
And like anymore, most of the disappearances are so similar that it's kind of like, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to,
Yeah.
I liked the
Mix
older
it up
ones.
a little
back.
bit. I like
Yeah.
the older shit too.
So 8-year-old Catherine was playing with her siblings in the woods near the campsite, and her brothers looked away for only a moment, and suddenly she was gone. While many national park mysteries end there, Catherine's story somehow gets stranger. A huge search was launched, and they combed every mile of the forest. Did they? I don't know.
Well, that's a lot of
That's
forest.
what they're alleging. 6 days after her disappearance, volunteers wandered by a cave 30 miles. 30 miles from where Catherine went missing. And out crawled little Catherine, who casually waved and said, "Here I am."
I would fucking freak out if I was her mother.
Right. Luckily, her mom's not the one that
I
found her.
would be so fucking happy, but
I
also...
mean, yeah, but also pissed off, right?
Where the fuck
have you been?
And how
For
the
real.
fuck did you get over here?
Would have been my exact words. Yep.
Probably. I don't know.
I mean, literally, that's exactly what I would do. For real.
And it's anxiety.
It is.
Oh my god.
How dare you make me go through that, you
Oh my
little
god. I was freaking out this whole time.
little bastards.
I love them.
So Catherine had little memory. Here we go. You ready?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you ready?
Kawi, why?
So Catherine had little memory
I have a theory.
of the
Okay.
last 6 days, mentioning that she ate berries and drank water from the
That's
cave.
it. Don't eat berries in national fucking parks.
Have you seen that episode of Daria where they go camping and her whole family eats berries and Daria doesn't?
I mean,
Oh,
I'm sure I
yeah.
have because I've seen every
And their
Daria
eyes get
episode.
really big.
Big?
Oh, I think I do remember that one, actually.
I just watched it the other day. That's
And
why I'm
maybe
like, this is...
they probably,
And they fucking are like, they go all crazy and like her
Yeah.
dad, Jake, is like insane. And then Quinn is like,
stranger things have happened.
I don't know.
These kids never had no grandparents being like, don't eat that berry. It's not the right one.
Didn't have no grandparents throwing them in a closet because there was a bird flying around.
For real.
That was one time.
It was one time.
I did it to my kids.
Grandma saved our life
She
that
did.
day.
And then I saved my kids' lives. And they all looked at me like I was fucking crazy.
And you're like, I know what to do.
I did. And I snatched them all up and I threw them in the fucking closet and I closed the door.
Oh my god.
And then they were like, they knocked on it.
You did that same shit to me one time when there was the fire at
Listen,
Thanksgiving.
Listen,
You
this
were
is
like,
this is how we were brought
The
up.
fire and
okay?
I threw you in a closet. What a
No.
dumbass.
No.
Fuck it. No.
I open up the basement door and everyone's in the kitchen like, ah! And there's smoke everywhere and the fire's pooping.
That may have been me.
That may have been you. Somebody was like,
Your mom was helping with the fire. I'm
I
pretty
opened-
sure it
no,
was
it was
me.
Aunt Tracy. I opened the door and I'm like, what's going on? And then Aunt Tracy goes, boom, just slams the door. And I was like, all right.
That was definitely me.
Yep.
I definitely did
It
that.
was
Because
you.
your mom and your
Me
grandpa
and Grandpa were trying to
'Cause then-
put it out.
are like, where's the water? And then I'm like, don't put fucking water on it. As I'm saying that, Dad threw the water, or maybe you threw it on there.
I just was
'Cause it
doing
was
what
like,
Dad was telling me to do.
I
And
know.
he was just overreacting and freaking out.
And about that time, Keely popped her little head upstairs, and I was like, bitch, you better go.
She
it was
slammed that door.
chaos for
It was
literally
psycho.
6.7 seconds. But then it cleared
I
up
walked
quick.
up
was
right
good.
in the
Because
middle
it was
of it.
smoky and no
It
one
was
could
fine.
breathe.
It was fine.
Yep.
And the
Everyone
turkey
was
was fine.
coughing.
Listen, Dad's going to be real happy to hear that the Great Fire of 2000 and whatever made it onto the fucking pod.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, what, 2010, between 2010.
I feel like it might have been even earlier. I was little.
Then it was probably 2008, 2009. Yeah, it was 2008
All I
or 9.
remember is I walk out, everyone's screaming, and then here's Grandpa with the fucking little dish, like the little towel. Oh my god! He's fucking flinging it
I was
around.
like,
Great Grandma goes, shut the door.
She did. She was so over
that's all you
it.
got to do.
She was over us and our bullshit that day, and what a G she was.
Fucking right she was.
She saved Thanksgiving.
Catherine made odd remarks about sleeping in warm grass and just finding herself in the cave, and always seemed disconcertingly calm about everything that had happened.
Well, thank God she wasn't, like,
Traumatized?
Yeah.
Because she was gone for 6 days.
My
and
God.
she was 8.
So she was...
Traumatizing shit can
Remember
happen in
Kaylee
seconds.
at 8 years old?
Yeah.
And she would have gone missing?
Right.
Girl, she would have come back with all kinds of stories about how this person was weird
so
and that
would
person
Avery.
was weird and all
like,
of them were
she's,
weird.
she'd be the same way. Only
If
she'd
you
be
came
totally
back
bitchy
and were
about
like,
it.
it was fine, nothing. I'd be like...
Right?
Mom would be really way more concerned.
Something's
no
up.
way. So search and rescue teams were equally confused because they had searched that exact area with equipment and dogs twice. So why Catherine had not been found on either of those previous sweeps, we don't know. And as strange as the circumstances are, the Van Alst family obviously got a rare and happy ending to their national park missing persons case.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
So aside from missing people and dumped body parts, there's plenty of other creepy shit going on in national parks. So we're going to talk about some cryptids.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay.
So this first one is, I'm going to talk about it, and then my sister and my niece will understand. So Chino, or the White Walker, and we're talking about Acadia National Park, and that's located in Maine. So the Chino are generally described as larger than average. You're going to tell me before I tell you what this is, okay? The Chino are generally described as larger than average man, getting bigger the hungrier they are. They have sharp fangs, which stand out due to their lips having been chewed off.
Oh. Remember this?
Yeah. You heard about this?
Fuck.
I already talked about them earlier.
Mm-hmm. Wendigo.
Yeah. So they have...
But why are their lips always chewed off? Like,
Because
why?
they're hungry.
They're hungry.
Is there no chapstick around?
There is never a chapstick.
They don't get chapstick. They just trying to eat.
Oh my God.
Seriously. I have like
Seriously.
7
Seriously.
chapsticks in my purse.
For
Who the
real.
fuck
Same.
doesn't have a chapstick?
So Chino used to be a human and being corrupted by dark magic and cursed to eat people's flesh. So it sounds a lot like a Wendigo with one key difference, okay? So the Chino, their bodies become excruciatingly warm, forcing them to live out in the snow.
Werewolves.
And we'll talk about... So this next one's kind of cool. I didn't really know some of...
God.
Oh, I've heard
I didn't
these.
really know some of this. So the Banshee, and we're talking about Badlands National Park, and that's located in South Dakota. So a Banshee, so the modern Irish word or whatever saying is bean sea, and Old Irish is ben's side. So meaning a woman of the fairy mound or fairy woman.
I love fairies.
So the Banshee is said to be a female spirit, a fairy woman whose chilling cries foretell the death of a family member, usually by screaming, wailing, shrieking, or keening. Keening is the action of wailing in grief for a dead person. So, and it's traditional part of the mourning process in Ireland and Scotland, which I'm sorry. Keening, I won't be doing it.
I'm going to do it.
I mean, I might, but like not like, you know,
What
it's
is
a
it?
traditional part.
I'm going to do I do it.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
but
going to
like,
do it.
yeah, you would.
I'm going to do it. Don't worry. You don't
I
have
cry
to
in-
because I will.
I cry in peace.
I cry in the public out in front of everyone and I'm mad and then I'm sad and then I'm fine and then it goes all
And then
over
she's
again.
drunk.
She's all over. It's fine. So sometimes she has long streaming hair, which she may be seen combing, and with some legends specifying that she can only keen while combing her hair. And she wears a gray cloak over a green dress, and her eyes are red from the continuous weeping. And she may be dressed in white and have red hair and a ghastly complexion.
I love her.
I love her.
I just didn't realize she was a fairy.
Yeah, she's Irish.
A fairy woman.
Woman of the fairy mound.
Of course. I guess I should have known.
I'm probably related to her.
You're probably.
We all are, honey.
With my
fucking right.
60% Irish.
Oh my God.
It's a wonder I'm not a ginger.
She's a daywalker. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I am.
Me
Dye
too.
your hair.
You'll fit right
it's
in.
look at I'd
Try.
always got a red hue to it.
Me too. And I didn't, like, this is not dyed, but it's
Nope.
got a red tint
Mhm.
to it. We won't talk about it. Anyways. The key loot is, so we're talking about Denali National Park, and this is in Alaska. So a key loot is a creature from Inuit folklore that resembles a large black hairless dog, and it's connected to the underworld and death. Ew. And it feeds primarily on the dead and is feared for its supernatural ability to never leave any tracks, making it nearly impossible for its victims to know of its presence until it's revealed itself.
Until it's too late and then
Yep.
you're dead.
Yeah. The keloot is like, no, thank you, girl.
No.
It's like the best hunter in the world.
Yeah, you'd have no preparation.
Everybody knows that.
I'm
Exactly.
invisible. You can't see
Ooh,
me.
this one, I have like a story time.
So Mothman, we're talking about New River Gorge National Park, and it's obviously in West Virginia because where does Mothman go? Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Descriptions of Mothman vary, but common traits include a towering humanoid figure with expansive wings and glowing red eyes, instilling both fear and curiosity in those who encounter it.
And it always appears before
Sorry about that.
a tragedy.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not. I guess I didn't.
That's why he's cool.
So
I didn't like dive into Mothman.
Fun fact, Mom and I, when I was little, we used to always watch, and what was the damn show? It was awesome, and I don't think they ever made any more episodes of it, but it's like the people sit there and they tell you the story, and then also, like, there's creepy stories.
Unsolved Mysteries.
But it's also, like,
Because
showing it with actors and stuff.
it's haunting.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Haunting.
good one, too. But Unsolved
So-
Mysteries, he was Mothman was on Unsolved Mysteries, too, I believe.
Well, did you watch the remake
No,
of it?
I haven't.
So remember when I told you guys, I was like, the new episodes came out, he's one of them.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
That's
Perfect.
why I
I'm
told you,
watching
because
it.
I was like, she might
Watching
wanna.
it.
So I was like 10 years old. We're watching this fucking episode, and usually I'm like, fine, whatever, we're watching them. All of a sudden, we're on this episode about this Mothman, and this woman's talking about her experience with the Mothman, and then all of a sudden, she's in her kitchen cleaning her dishes, and she has a window above her sink, and it's nighttime, and he shows up right there while she's cleaning the dishes.
What a fucking creeper.
From that
I-
day forward, Kaylee could never.
No! So our house has a fucking window right
So does
above
mine.
the
window
sink.
doesn't.
And-
Or
So does
what
mine.
house doesn't?
I mean,
Sorry.
my old apartment
Mine doesn't.
But
Oh,
I love my window because I look
Yeah.
out it while I'm doing dishes.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I used to do. And then, like, after hearing that story, if it was nighttime, I'd be like,
I'm gonna go to Kaylee's house and I'm gonna
So-
put like glowing red eyes in her fucking.
stop. I will have, like, a panic
Stop.
attack. Stop. No.
Stop it, you guys.
Yeah, so I'm terrified of ever seeing the Mothman. Please don't come for me.
All right, so now we're gonna Wendigo. We already talked about him a little bit. We're gonna get some more information on it. So Voyageurs National Park, and it's located in Minnesota. This is all over, but these are like the general areas where they're like most prevalent for these cryptids.
Where they're most scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scary. Oh my
It's
gosh.
Look out.
Aw.
I'm warning you.
So, Wendigo is a mythological cannibalistic monster in the spiritual tradition of the Northern American Algonquin-speaking tribes, which we already talked about a little bit. It is associated with winter and famine and is described as either fearsome beast that stalks and eats humans or as a spirit that possesses humans, causing them to turn into cannibals. So, it's a giant humanoid creature that can be up to 15 feet tall with ashen flesh, glowing eyes, long yellowed fangs, long tongue, sharp claws, you know, the whole fucking shebang.
The whole
Kit and caboodle.
shebang.
And then, of course, there's Bigfoot. Bigfoot is arguably the most popular cryptid out
Duh.
there for
I
national
was
parks.
just hanging out with Bigfoot the other day, and they were like, "Oh my god, your sister's putting me in that fucking podcast you
Yeah.
guys have," and I'm
Oh
like,
my
"Girl,
God.
Don't be
chill."
mad about it. It's
So
fine.
Bigfoot has many names, and you know, Bigfoot, Sasquatch. I mean, people even like the abominable snowman. Like, there's lots of different kinds of Bigfoot. But we're just going to talk about Bigfoot as it refers to Yosemite National Park because apparently that's like the most popular. But he's everywhere.
He's
right?
everywhere.
He's
Like,
everywhere.
He's
literally.
everywhere.
He's
all
everywhere.
over. Yeah. And Yosemite is in California. California.
California knows how to party. California, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. I was hoping you were going to hit it.
Yeah, I was. You got
that
me.
shit.
I got you.
So Sasquatch is variably described as a primate ranging from 6 to 15 feet tall, standing erect on his 2 feet, often giving off a foul smell and either moving silently or emitting a high-pitched cry. Footprints of Bigfoot or Sasquatch have been measured up to 24 inches in length and 8 inches in width. That's a big foot.
That's a big ass foot.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. So national parks are just so large and so remote and so protected. And because of this, they're largely unexplored areas that are just wild and free. We won't end the fun there, though.
No.
So we have yet to talk about another crazy thing that has been witnessed by countless numbers of people in national parks. So, yep, that's right, folks.
It's time.
It's
my
time.
time, isn't it?
It's time
it's
to talk
time.
about some aliens.
Fucking aliens.
And they're out there.
They are.
The truth is out there.
The truth is out there.
I want
May
to
the
do
truth be with you.
What's the music for the what's that? The X-Files.
Don't ask me to do it because I'll just butcher it.
Oh, I can't even.
I'll butcher it so bad.
I don't know. I'll do this though.
That's
that's
Stranger
kinda-
Things.
Oh,
I know.
oh yeah.
But we'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's a little whatever.
Fold that ass. I don't
Fold
know.
that
What it
ass.
is.
So when you jump on the old Google machine, it gives you 0 fucking answers about aliens and national parks.
Interesting.
So conspiracy.
Did you read it?
I keep saying it like that. Conspiracy. I keep saying conspiracy for some fucking
Conspiracy.
Girl.
I like it.
I'm
gonna
from
say
Canada.
I say embarrassed.
Oh
that.
god.
Embarrassing.
Because
So
I love
anyways,
it.
But did you read it?
I did, and I didn't find a whole lot.
No, you're fucking
No, I did.
out of your mind.
I seriously.
Get
so
out
this
of your
alien, this alien portion of this right now is something that I searched for like 3 days, and I just wanted, because you can search up like alien encounters and da 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 da, but when you put alien encounters or UFO sightings and national parks in the same Google search bar,
yeah.
what you get is what I'm going to tell you. We obviously know that it's happening because people are just like not remembering shit, and they're like, fucking weird.
Durr.
And, yeah,
Obviously aliens.
obviously.
They probably fucking planted the berries. They're like, eat the berries.
Yeah.
Eat the berries. So, did you know? And there's a map on the next page for you ladies.
Which I will post on the...
I couldn't get it on this page, so I had to put it on the next page. So, did you know that Death Valley National Park and the Grand Canyon run on either side of Extraterrestrial Highway? It runs above it a little bit. So, is that a coincidence? I don't think so. So, in the middle of Extraterrestrial Highway is Area 51.
Yeah.
And then Extraterrestrial Highway is basically a circle. And then on one side you have the Grand Canyon. On the other side you have Death Valley. And if you go north, there's actually 2 more national parks up there. And I didn't grab the names of those. I probably should have. So it's essentially in the middle of like 4 national parks. And what's right in the middle?
Area 51.
Area 51.
Well, I got a conspiracy for you guys.
Oh, God.
Whoa.
Government with Area 51.
was the government.
It was the goddamn government. Government, we all know. Area 51. They know what the fuck's going on in there. They know what they have in there.
Well, they're running it, so...
They're running it. They know what's going on. They're probably fucking letting these little aliens run around,
Lord,
do their
help
thing
us.
in these fucking valleys and shit.
Yeah.
And then they probably bring them back to Area 51 to see what they're going to do with them.
Right.
I don't know if that is occurring, but
You know, it could
anything's possible.
Anything.
Anything is possible.
Good God. So how is it that so many disappear without a trace, and the ones that are found can't seem to really remember what the fuck happened to them?
Exactly.
Aliens, it makes sense, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, because aliens.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean, that's all you got to say, right?
Right.
For me,
Right.
I'm sold.
So those seeking an encounter from beyond our world need to look no further than the Great Sand Dunes National Park. And it's nestled in San Luis Valley in southern Colorado. And this area is best known for some of the largest, tallest dunes in America. It's also a hotbed for frequent UFO, as me and my sister like to call it.
UFO sightings.
UFO sightings. Reports of flying saucers and strange lights, often upwards of 9 or 10 at a time at like one time, are common, not to mention regular occurrences of strange cattle mutilations and
that's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a couple
you
of
seen South
abductions
Park?
in the area. Though a sighting isn't guaranteed, UFO hunters should head to the aptly named Star Dune, it's the tallest dune in the park, for a clear view of the night sky. For further outworldly research, the UFO Tower and campground, located 32 miles from the park's visitor center, has been collecting information about sightings for more than 2 decades. So this started as a joke, right? So they were like, "Oh, we should build a fucking watchtower because there's so many fucking strange whatevers," and they actually fucking built it. So it's actually a thing. You can go
As a joke?
it started out as a joke, but then they actually fucking built the watchtower.
So if you have something to report, you report to them.
Yeah, and then you can go there too, and it's like a big circle. You have to Google it. It's like a big circle, like they have like a dome,
Okay.
and then off of that they have built like it's like a podium, but it's like
A watchtower?
like it's a watchtower, like
Yeah.
shit.
What the fuck? Okay, UFO watchtower and campground, so you can camp there.
Yes, and they've got all
Why
sorts
the
of
fuck would you do that? Let's do it.
they've got all sorts
Let's
of fun
go.
stuff there to do, and
It's like
to see.
Burning Man for UFO lovers.
Yeah.
Let's do that. We're doing
Oh,
that.
goodness.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we need to
Kaylee, write it on our...
write that down.
We're going there. We'll
So-
take you with us,
We'll
followers.
take you with us. We're going on a trip.
We're
And our
taking y'all
favorite
with
rocket
us.
ship. Okay, so there's no denying that there are UFOs flying over Joshua Tree National Park at night. However, many believe that the source of them is easily explained, and this is because Joshua Tree is approximately 40 miles away from the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center in 29 Palms. Okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Despite this, many who have seen the UFOs in Joshua Tree National Park are not convinced that they are military based. Instead, there's a strong belief that what is flying in the air is from another planet other than Earth, and that there are even specific locations within the park where UFOs are most commonly seen. And there's like a rock that you can visit. There's a rock that is believed to be extraterrestrial in nature. It's like this huge ass fucking rock. And there's a bunch of other stuff. There's like 3 different stops in Joshua National Park that are specifically for the extraterrestrial, what's the word, visitors, the people that want to
fan club?
Yeah.
Like the fangirls?
Yeah,
Like
the
me?
fangirls, yeah.
Oh, I'm going.
Yeah.
This is a really great picture. I like how you put that on there.
Which one though?
The map.
The map?
The map.
We will be putting that up so that everyone can see it. It is so you can see like that it is right in the fucking middle of everything.
Yeah.
It's a really
very
interesting.
And there's other ones around it. And like I said, there's ones up north too, but they didn't put those on there for some reason.
Things that make you go, Remember that song? Boom.
Things that make you go,
Yeah.
She was right on there with that. So additionally, there is rumored to be an alien base, perhaps akin to the landing pad in Canada. Do you know about the landing pad?
No.
I do
So
not.
there's a landing pad in Canada.
Okay.
It's like they've built it for the aliens to come land. And it's like, you're welcome here. And there's like, they've got a flag from each nation.
Oh, I'm glad that they did it because I'm really not prepared to do all that.
Right. They're like, come here. We're all friends.
Go
here."
Canada.
Cuss it.
Right.
Of course it's Canadian. The fuck am I trying to say?
Gailey would have said
Edit that
Canada
out.
for real.
It's
We're not editing.
Nickelodeons. Is that what they're called?
Canada.
Actually, cut that out.
Michelada.
Is it
Micheladia or
Is it
whatever.
Micheladas?
It's
That's
Micheladas.
it. Not Aladias.
No.
Anyways, I was trying to say that, of course, Canada
She's like,
would
fuck
do that.
you.
For real.
But
Shut
yeah,
up,
it's
Bob.
got, so the landing pad has like a flag from every nation and like,
Oh my
they're
God,
like,
they're so
peace and
peaceful.
love,
I love
Oh, that's
them.
cute. Like the movie Mars Attacks and then they all kill everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
except
that.
they have
Like
a really
that.
weird criminal justice system over there.
Yeah, it's all fucking weird. But anyway, so this is
I'm not here to judge him for that today.
No, not today. We ain't talking about
Maybe-
that. This is
maybe
not
my
a
episode.
political podcast. So, located within the 795,000 acres that make up the national park we're talking about.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
We're
we
talking
are.
about
We're talking about
Canada.
Joshua Tree.
Okay.
So, it's basically, it's rumored that there is an alien base in Joshua Tree National Park. But to date, no one has ever located it or even knows where to begin looking. But if this base does exist, it would make sense that that's why there's so much UFO activity going on over the skies at night, because it's like literally almost like an every night thing. Like if you go there, you're pretty much guaranteed to see these
Let's
this
fucking
light
go.
phenomenon.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So basically, there's a lot of unknown sketchy shit going on inside and around those national parks. And if you plan on visiting any of them anytime soon, I highly encourage you to travel in packs and do your fucking research ahead of
Yes.
time. You don't want to end up being another not statistic, because remember, they are not fucking keeping track of this
And you
shit.
know what? Let
At all.
some people know who aren't traveling with you what your plan is
Yeah.
out there.
Yep.
Just let some people know. Trusted people.
That's definitely important. So if you want to learn more about what we have talked about here today, I suggest that you read the David Paulides books, the Missing 411 series. And there's also Missing 411 series documentaries you can watch on Prime or Daddy YouTube.
Ooh, that'll be what I do.
I want to thank all of you for joining us. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you.
We've been having so much fun and we're so grateful for all of the support. So we are starting to gear up for spooky season. And with that, we are asking that you guys write to us. Tell us a story. Anything weird or creepy ever happened to you? Like, did you ever have like a ghost or a cryptid encounter? Or do you come from a long line of witches? We want to know about it. So go on over to our website at thepoisonteaparty.com. Send us a message and your story just might be featured on an upcoming episode. And what's the
Yes.
deadline for that?
September 1st, and you can remain anonymous. Anonymous. So go to our website and you click the Write My Story tab, and you can even click on that to choose to remain anonymous, or if you want your name read, we would absolutely love to tell the whole tea party that it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to be known, we'll fucking out you.
I mean, I would want to be known.
I would definitely want to be
known. But
known.
if you don't, we totally understand that you wouldn't want to. But just, click the Write My Story tab and then write your story, submit it.
Why,
So we want to hear them.
So there's all sorts of ways that you can like give back and do things for your national parks or national sites in your area. You can join Volunteers in Parks to support the National Park Service in its mission to preserve and protect our national parks. You can volunteer for a day or year round and with your friends, family, whatever, or you can do it on your own. I don't recommend it.
Don't do it on your own. But take some friends.
So you'll
get more done that way.
Right. The possibilities are as diverse as the national parks themselves, and you can find a list of available opportunities at volunteer.gov. Search for a volunteer event or contact a national park near you. And, highly encouraged. I mean, just don't go too far off the trail.
And don't
stay together.
Stay safe.
Do not eat the fucking berries.
Don't eat the fucking berries.
For
real. As always, follow along with us on Facebook and Instagram and get sneak peeks of upcoming episodes. Thank you so much again for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember to always carry a knife and a fucking compass with you into those fucking national parks if you're going. Maybe a machete.
Take your crazy sister.
Yeah, definitely take your crazy fucking sister. Until next time, my friends, don't forget to keep it classy like Trassy Assy. And I hope you didn't finish all of that Michelada because, well, you have been poisoned.
Oh, shit.